Hey there, how are you doing today? My name is Rich, and I go by Comfy Chroma here on YouTube. This is one of my more recent paintings, and I made it in my Etchr Labs Hot Press Watercolor Sketchbook. The overall idea was to take an everyday object and add an odd creature design to it. So I found a reference of an apple and started sketching the creature design in Procreate. The first design you can see here I didn't end up using, and I don't really remember why. I think it might have been because it wasn't facing towards the viewer like in the final painting, but I am not sure. I wanted the apple to be semi-realistic and the creature to have a more illustrative graphic look to it, which is why the worm is outlined but not the apple. The process for this painting is similar to how I usually make them, which is using watercolor for the overall fills and colors, and then move on to gouache for the final layers and touches. At this point, I brought the painting back into Procreate to work out the final design and color composition, and ended up using most of the ideas from the digital painting, but ended up using more of a flat orange for the border instead of the brown color. This leaf gave me such a hard time for some reason. I just could not get it to look like the reference. But near the end of the painting, I added some highlights and some other final touches that ended up looking pretty good. I messed up on the first attempt of the hole in the apple because I forgot to reference the digital sketch and was just winging it, and the original hole had issues with the angle, and if I ended up using it I would have had to do a bunch of different things to try and make the worm look like it was actually coming out of the apple, and it would have been more difficult, probably would have ended up looking worse. So I basically erased the original hole by wetting it and lifting, which is a watercolor technique where you use a brush to just kind of lift out the color, or a paper towel, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how staining the color that you're using is, but it ended up working out. So I had originally planned to go much darker on the shell of the worm, almost completely black on the edges with just a highlight on the top to make it a bit more gross and shiny looking, and also to contrast more with the apple. But I'm glad I went with the dark green because I prefer the look of it compared to the original sketch. So yeah, this is the finished apple worm painting. I'm happy with the outcome, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think I should paint next, and if I use your idea, I will be sure to tag your comment in the video with the corresponding painting. And thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.